Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, aka Mazuma TV, back at y'all with another live. Man, I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive night. I hope y'all had a great end to your weekend. You feel what I'm saying? We got some things that we currently need to discuss that's going on in the boxing world. We on the road to 3K. We about to hit that 2,900 mark ASAP. You know what I'm saying? And it's looking like it's gonna happen within the next, couple days or whatever the case is. So shout out to y'all. You feel me? We're going to speak about Naoya Inoue possibly retiring in the next 3 years. Those are his words, not mine. We're going to talk about Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez possibly fighting in Saudi Arabia. We definitely going to talk about this, and I'm going to give you guys my opinion on that whole situation overall and why I'm thinking that. You feel what I'm saying? And then we obviously going to get into some open boxing topics as we always do. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's in the comments so far. The bull Pedro Anales says, Maz, why say Saudi Arabia, Turkey make the say Los Vigs? My nigga, I don't know what you talking about. I don't know what you talking about, guys. You gotta sharpen up on that English, brother. But my Sunday was well, Pedro. Thanks for asking. Smoochie, what up, Smoochie? Lorenzo, what up? Showing love all the way from out. I think you still in Connecticut, though, brother. So I'm gonna say you out in Connecticut. Coffee Plant, what up? He said, my boy Mark look a little energized. An energized Mark is a dangerous Mark. That's fucking hilarious. But regardless, that's very true. You know what I'm saying? Y'all caught me tired as shit yesterday, bro. I don't know what it was. But we good today, so that's all that matter. Boxer Expert, what up? Coffee Plant, I already said what's up to Coffee Plant. All right, Lorenzo's still in Connecticut. Love from Connecticut, but my boy based out in Tokyo. We get love all the way from Tokyo, man. Come on. That's just what we do over here at Mazuma TV. You feel what I'm saying? But we gonna talk, and there's plenty of other things that we could speak about as well. You know what I mean? There's a tier, according to Blue Blood Sports, there's a Teofimo Lopez versus Devin Haney rumor that's going around. You know what I'm saying? Apparently Ryan Garcia don't want that smoke. Golden Boy don't want that smoke in that rematch with Devin Haney. Look, I already done spoke about that. I think that's pretty much expected. I don't think they want to put themselves in a position, especially after that last loss against Rolly Romero and looking like a shell of himself. I don't think Ryan Garcia can afford or actually wants to take back-to-back losses. You feel what I'm saying? I don't think Golden Boy wants to do that either because that'll fuck with their money. You know what I'm saying? They done put too much money into Ryan Garcia to be fumbling it at this point in time. You feel me? They only got 2 big fights up out of him. I'm sure they want to get plenty of more. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on. But we definitely going to talk about that. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Definitely hit the likes. We got 10 people in here so far. You know what I mean? I'm assuming the notifications are getting sent out, so that's cool. You feel what I'm saying? But we're going to have some good conversations, bro. We definitely going to have some good conversations. I want to say this real quick. Let me shout out this person because, we won our amateur show yesterday. We went 2-0 yesterday. Shout out to this page on Instagram by the name of Empire Shot It altogether. So, Empire, EMPIRE, Shot It. You feel what I'm saying? SHOTIT altogether. There says it's a videographer out in New Jersey, or a team of videographers out in New Jersey. Man, they did their thing, man. This was absolutely phenomenal. You feel what I'm saying? Look, you can see me right here. Working my fighter's corner, Deshaun Jones, looked absolutely phenomenal. Definitely room for improvement. I think he could have knocked dude out in all honesty, but he did what he needed to do to win. So that's all that matters. For me, look at that great shot right there. Look at that. Look at that. My boy was locked in. Another great shot. Another great shot. You see that? Phenomenal. And then that's us. I think that was us after the first round. So, yeah, that was dope, bro. So shout out to Empire Shot It. I don't know if they really in tune with my channel or anything like that, but they did phenomenal, man. I love getting pictures of me in action. Working with my guys and just seeing my guys, get recognition or get some type of attention for their work. It makes all the hard work and the hours in the gym worth it. But anyways. Let's get into these topics, man. Let's get into Naoya Inoue's quotes because this is something that isn't a rumor. This isn't something that we making up or speculating or assuming. This is coming directly from Naoya Inoue. And this is by Ring Magazine. Shout out to Ring Magazine for putting this out. And this is Naoya Inoue's quotes. He says, I want to close my fighting career when the time is right. I think I have about 3 years left, including this year. So he's literally included 2025 in the years that he has left in boxing. So it's safe to assume, based off of what he says, he's looking to hang up the gloves around 2027. You feel what I'm saying? He says he's including this year, so 2025, 2026, 2027. So Naoya Inoue doesn't have much time left. I believe Naoya Inoue is 32 years old, I believe. Let me actually check that out. Let me verify before I confirm or even put that out there. He's 32 years old, so he's looking to hang up the gloves by 30, 35, right? Yeah, he's looking to hang up the gloves by 35. And listen, I've always been big on guys retiring at the top of their game. I always been big on, fighters walking away before it's too late. You feel what I'm saying? Because we've seen plenty of fighters in the past to stay in the sport a little too long. You feel what I'm saying? Or, take unnecessary punishment that they could have avoided and, went on with a healthy life. But because they took them extra fights in their career, now they suffering from a neurological damage, dementia, Parkinson's, shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm a huge proponent of walking away when you feel it's necessary to walk away. You feel me? Even if you have something left in the tank, even if you have, something left in the tank, that doesn't necessarily mean that you should burn that gas. That doesn't necessarily mean that you should continue to ride until you on empty. You feel what I'm saying? Because that could cause, like I said, health issues later on in life. You know what I mean? Uh, it is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? So if that's what Naoya Inoue's plans are, hopefully within these next 3 years, he gets a few more big fights that are memorable to boxing fans, and he could just ride off into the sunset, man. Like I liked how Andre Ward went away from boxing on his own terms. went left on top, pound for pound number one, in my opinion, getting one of the biggest wins of his career against a prime Sergey Kovalev. I loved it. You feel what I'm saying? He went out on his own terms. He felt like his body couldn't keep up. Mentally, he felt like he was, drained from the sport. He just was no longer, invested in the sport like he used to be. So before he got in the ring with these monsters, like, Dimitri Bivol, who was on the rise, and, Volzdik and fucking Artur Beterbiev at the time, it was just better to, just say, yo, look, man, been in boxing for a very long time. I'm 32 fights in. I don't really have the hunger, the durability to continue going. We just gonna stop this right here. You feel what I'm saying? Let me see. Shout out to the boy Anonymous. No, Coffee Player says retiring on their own terms. Absolutely. Ralph says retiring on his own accord. Don't let the sport retire you. Exactly. And I'm a huge proponent of that. Usually when the sport retires you, it comes with some hurt, some negative effects. You feel what I'm saying? And, I don't really like to see fighters go through them type of things. I've been to like Hall of Fame ceremonies and I'm looking at legends and, they don't look like they're in the best of shape. There's only very few fighters that I've seen that actually came out of the sport okay. But a majority of them, you can tell they're suffering from a health standard. From a health perspective. You feel me? Shout out to the boy Anonymous in the building. He said, to be honest, with Inoue, it could work. We criticize him a lot, but if anything, Inoue is always a pretty active fighter. Yeah, and listen, in the small divisions that he was in, he did his thing. You know what I'm saying? He's a multi-division world champion. What he got, 4 divisions? Like he's accomplished a lot. We might not know a lot of the names that he has faced because we're not too invested in the smaller, divisions like 112, 115, 118. They starting to get a little bit more recognition now, but now you want Inoue earned his stripes, bro. He's been at the top of the game for a good amount of time now. And if he feels like, and I was happy with watching Lennox Lewis walk away. After he fought Vitaly Klitschko, he was like, you know what? He felt like he didn't have it no more. He felt like he, done enough. He felt like he he was okay with walking away. So he did so because, Lennox Lewis in 2003, he definitely wasn't at the top of his game anymore. You feel what I'm saying? So if he'd have went on to rematch Vitaly Klitschko or even fight, Vladimir Klitschko and those dudes that was coming up at the time, it could have went left for Lennox. You feel what I'm saying? So I love how the way Lennox Lewis walked away. Sean Porter, he walked away when he didn't feel like he had it anymore. He didn't want to do it anymore. Mikey Garcia walked away. These guys still had stuff in the tank, but they chose to, preserve themselves. And I'm a fan of that. You feel me? Yeah, 4 division champ, undisputed in 2. I know that for a fact. That's a 2 division undisputed champ, right? Undisputed in 2 different divisions, four division champion overall. I mean, look, man, he got some great accolades to fall back on. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be hearing out in Japan, Inoue like a goat over there. He a legend. You feel what I'm saying? So, he's done a whole lot. And look, if he wants to walk away in 3 years, fuck it. But we need to see that Junto Nakatani fight before you get up out of the game. We need to see you fight at 126 before it's all said and done. You feel what I'm saying? I know Inoue's taking his time, but how much time could you really take if you only got 3 years left in the sport, including this year? You feel what I'm saying? So we gonna see what's up. We definitely gonna see what's up, man. There's some fights on Nakatani's list that I want to see him follow through with. I gotta see the Junto Nakatani fight. I gotta see him. I want to see him fight MJ. You feel what I'm saying? If he goes to 126, I'd like to see him fight, a fucking Nick Ball, Rafael Espinoza, one of them dudes. I don't think he'll fight Espinoza, honestly. I'll be surprised if he takes that, considering like the very huge size difference, in terms of height, reach, and, just overall, size. I don't know if he'll fight Rafael Espinoza, but a Nick Ball fight, would love to see that. You know what I'm saying? If he's able to accomplish 5 divisions, shit, that's very impressive because there's only one person in boxing right now that I know of that has 5 divisions or more that's currently active. I think the only one is Amanda Serrano. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. What active fighter in boxing right now has 5 divisions under his belt? I think the last one was Floyd. And then Amanda Serrano crept up. I mean, Pacquiao's technically active now, right? But like, Manny Pacquiao, we're not even going to include him. Like active fighters who are not in their mid 40s or nothing like that. I don't think anybody has 5 divisions right now. Canelo has 4. Bud has 4. Yeah, I think if he was able to conquer that 5th weight class, that'd be very impressive. Not everybody gets to that point, bro. Yeah, Espinoza is tough, bro. The output, the reach, the size. I mean, the his length, overall pause, his height. That's gonna be tough for anyway, bro. Let me see. He definitely Lorenzo, who lives in Japan, says he definitely needs to rumble with Junto before he says goodbye. Absolutely, absolutely. He needs to make that fight happen, and Junto seems like he's with it. Inoue has expressed interest in fighting him as well, so we just need to see the shit happen, man. Junto has to do what he has to do to get that fight. You know what I mean? If that means going up to 122, that's what Junto has to do. You feel me? Like that's like the biggest fight for me. That's what I want to see. But that's the fight that I want to see happen with Nakatani. That's the number one fight for me. I gotta see that. I gotta see that fight with Inoue, bro. You feel what I'm saying? So that's Naoya Inoue's words. Could he change his mind? Possibly. There's a lot of people who say they're gonna retire at a certain age and then they don't. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. But it's interesting hearing Naoya Inoue say that. It makes you question, where his mind is currently in the sport of boxing. Is it like is he still enthused with the sport like he used to be? Is he still, does he still enjoy training camps? Does he still enjoy cutting weight? I wonder where he is at this point in time. I wonder where he is mentally. Because, even in interviews, Naoya Inoue seems pretty reserved. Like he's not long-winded or anything like that. He answers the questions, as simply as he can. Doesn't really open up too much. And I'm speaking specifically on like English interviews. I don't know how he talks amongst like his people in Japanese interviews or whatever, but Inoue is pretty reserved. He's pretty to himself. You feel what I'm saying? Ross said, I'll stay up at 4 AM for that Junto versus Inoue fight. Absolutely. Anonymous says, I've always thought Leo was a tough fight for him as well, especially if he's out there getting dropped with left hooks. Uh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, Inoue is a sucker for left hooks, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you, just based off of the little stuff that I've seen. Um, but it's just so funny, right? I don't want to bring shit back to like race or nothing like that, man. But I gotta address this, bro. Like, you know, if we look at guys like Naoya Inoue, right, who's a pound for pound fighter. I think he's currently ranked number 3 on my pound for pound list, on Mazuma TV's pound for pound list. He gets dropped multiple times with a left hook. And I've given him credit. I'm not one of them dudes that when somebody get dropped, he's chinny, he's chinny. Naoya Inoue has gotten up both times that he's got knocked down and got the stoppage as a result, right? I think that's very hard to do. I think you need to be a special type of fighter to overcome, those emotions and stay focused and stick to the game plan and, just keeping yourself calm through the storm. I think that that's very impressive because I've seen fighters get knocked down and completely lose sight of the game plan, aka Ryan Garcia. You see what I'm saying? So we seen Rolly drop Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia got up and was just playing tag with the nigga for the just playing tag, like tag you're it, tag you're it. But like just like, not really wanting to take risk after that. That's what the average person will do right there. When they get dropped and they don't know what the fuck to do, when they scared of power, that's the shit that they do. Anyway, don't give a fuck. You feel me? Based off of the shit that I see, he gets up like nothing. He takes his time getting up, first of all, which is a smart move. Second, he gets the fuck up like nothing happens and he continues to fight his fight. You feel what I'm saying? So, um, Leo is a tough fight for Naoya Inoue. He's very strong. And he could do some damage to Naoya Inoue if we being honest. So that will be a great fight as well. That's a great fight as well. You feel me? So let's see. Let's see, man. Now you anyway talking about he got 3 years left, 2027. He's walking away. So what's at the top of y'all list? Let's name 3 big fights. I want y'all to make 3 big fights for Naoya Inoue for the rest of his career. How y'all want to see this guy go out? Who's the top fights that y'all want to see? Mine's is Junto. I want to see Junto. I want to see him fight Nick Ball, bro. I want to see him fight Nick Ball. Angelo Leo's a good fight too, though, man. Rafael Espinoza, that's a good fight. He got some good shit lined up. He got some, he could make some shit happen. The Junto fight, he probably gonna save for last, for real. Cause that shit gonna go crazy. That shit's gonna go crazy in Japan, bro. Shushu, I'm not hyped for that Shushu fight like everybody else is, bro. I feel like Shushu cutting the line. I feel like if Shushu gets that opportunity against Naoya Inoue right now, I think he's cutting the line. But then again, Cardenas, I don't know. The dude never, from what I saw, the dude never fought a 12-round fight. And he just jumped straight into Naoya Inoue situation. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Like Shushu, I'm not really. I don't really like that one. I feel like Shushu ain't really do shit, bro. Like I'm not just being disrespectful or trying to, shit on the man or nothing like that. If he gets the opportunity, then fuck it. I'm gonna definitely watch it. But it's like, I don't know, bro. I'm gonna just leave it like that. Let's look over who Shushu, like what Shushu has done, bro. Like let's just, where's Shushu at? I'm looking through the rankings right now. Damn, that's crazy. Christian Carter on here, but I don't see Shushu. He must be listed at a different weight class. Hold on. Yeah, he's ranked. Hold on. Yeah, they got him at 126. So y'all want to see him go up this 126 and face Shushu. Shushu definitely ain't making no 122. That boy looked dead on that scale at 126. He got a rematch Sagawa. He not gonna fight Sagawa. That's a and you know why he not gonna fight Sagawa? Because Sagawa at this point in time is a step backwards. He fought Sagawa. That was controversial, whatever the case is. Some people feel like Sagawa beat him, from what I've read. So then he jumped right back into another fight right after that. And you know, doing that, he was able to, you know, erase some of a lot of people's memory with that Sagawa performance. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, rematching Sagawa wouldn't really necessarily make sense because he's on the cusp of fighting for a world title. Are you going to take a step backwards and face Sagawa, or are you going to put yourself in line to fight for the WBC interim, like Anonymous said? You know, let me actually reach. Yo, they out here arguing, bro. I swear that bar just triggers motherfuckers to argue. Them niggas drink and be like, "What you say about my mom, nigga? I'll choke your ass out, nigga." I'm like, yo, chill. Like, y'all niggas be wilding every day. Anonymous says, "What the good news is Top Rank is trying to get Shushu an interim WBC title. Most likely Carlos Castro due to rankings." That's Carlos Castro. That's the motherfucker that put you know, Stephen Fulton on his ass. You feel what I'm saying? They gave Stephen Fulton, you know, all he could handle. Mind you, that was him coming off of a loss and a layoff against Naoya Inoue. But god damn, they cooking me, bro. Hold on real quick. Hold on. He tripping. We took off. Like they was arguing, they got in the car, it took off. Like what the fuck? But anyways, Black Caesar, what up? I think Carlos Castro and Shushu will be a really good fight, though, to be honest with you. He says Castro also fought Naoya Figueroa as well. It's a great step up for Shushu against veteran and contender at 126. Absolutely. And that's what I want to see Bruce Carrington go up against. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a huge fan of motherfuckers just fighting turkeys, and then boom, you fighting for a world title. It's like, bro, like you haven't proved anything. Like you've gotten wins, but like you getting wins against guys that you were significant favorites over. Is a band fight unrealistic? The stranger asked that. Not necessarily, but at the same time, it's like, why are we doing that? Like Bam about to get into a unification fight, you know, in his weight division. You know, he 2 weight classes away from Naoya Inoue. You know, Naoya Inoue is 2 weight classes from possibly getting a Gervonta Davis fight, and people talking about how that's unfair. So why make Bam move up 2 weight classes? You feel what I'm saying? I don't really see the need for that. In all honesty, I think it'll be more realistic for Bam to fight Nakatani in the future, not necessarily, you know, Inoue. Inoue talking about he got 3 years left. Eventually, he moving to 26. By the time he go to 26, Bam will probably be at 118. So, you know, I don't really see that happening. I mean, you know, anything could happen. Now we seeing all these multi-weight class move-ups to make fights happen. It's not impossible. But with the options that Inoue has, I don't think he'll really look at a Bam fight unless it's like a massive offer. Unless it's like a massive offer, I don't think it's going to happen. Bam versus Nakatani would be fire though. I'll be very nervous for Bam though. Not gonna lie to you. You know what I mean? That's one of my favorite fighters. I think stylistically that's a really tough fight for Bam, but I would love to see that if they were able to make that happen. But you know, yeah, I like the idea of, you know, I like motherfuckers being built up the right way. For example, Earl Spence, right? Earl Spence had his gimme fights for you know, just to develop his confidence and get used to the pros. Then, you know, he started facing contenders, like small contenders like, you know, Philo Greco, Chris Van Heerden, you know what I'm saying? Then he started fighting like, you know, former world champions. Now we talking about like Chris Algieri, You know what I'm saying? Or Lamont Peterson. That was after he won the world title, of course. But, like Earl Spence was built. You know what I'm saying? He proved himself, and he actually got people really excited to face Kell Brook. You feel what I'm saying? I don't really like bums. No contenders, no former world champions, and boom, you getting a world title. You feel me? Like Xander Zayas, he about to fight for the vacant WBO. From what I understand, he about to fight for the vacant WBO title at 154. And he had Patrick Teixeira on his resume. He beat Patrick Teixeira. That's a former world champion. But besides that, no up and coming contenders like him. You know what I'm saying? Like washed up former world champion Patrick Teixeira beats on him. Then he fought Slava Spalmer. You know what I'm saying? He got rocked in that John, but he was able to recover and then beat up on dude. So I guess that's a cool little performance. But I just wanted to see Xander in some more situations, like and more matchups that's like great for his development. But that was Todd Ring's route. You know what I'm saying? If they able to put their fighters in position where they could take the less amount of risk possible, and then put them in some big money world title fights, then so be it. That's they method. Earl is the best welterweight of this generation. That's not true, brother. He's not even a welterweight now. He's not even a welterweight no more. He's not a welterweight. He's not a 147. Nakatani's scary. He is scary. That's why I don't really. That's why that matchup scares me with somebody like Ben Rodriguez. The realist says, I like when they build fighters to not rush. Well, Bruce Carrington 28, so he in a little bit of a sticky situation. You feel me? Like, that's not necessarily old, but it's not young neither. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, I'm sure if he was a bit younger, like probably like 23, 24, they could, spend a little bit more time developing him. But considering the fact that he's pushing 30, and we know that a lot of these, boxers start to break down in their mid 30s, it's like, all right, we got to hurry up and get this motherfucker on road because, if we wait a little bit longer, his time might pass. And these promoters, and I'm trying to tell you guys, the main objective for these promoters, bro, is to make their return on their investment. And after they make their return on investment, they just gonna continue to try to profit until the wheels fall off. You feel me? So, Bruce Carrington, they don't really got no time to waste. Like I say all the time, the boxing is a window that's in the process of closing each and every day, slowly but surely. Slowly but surely, it's the window's getting smaller and smaller, and when it closes, it ain't no coming back from that. Name a better welterweight. The motherfucker who beat him for undisputed at 147. That's who. You can't like that. That reminds me of like people saying, "Oh, Pacquiao is greater than Floyd." I would choose Manny Pacquiao's career all day over Floyd. Like, bro, Manny, we don't see fights live of this nigga Pacquiao taking power naps in the ring, and he lost to Floyd. You know what I'm saying? So it's like how and they was both. It's not like Pacquiao was completely out his prime. He came back after the Floyd fight and beat young niggas consistently. So I ain't trying. That's what that reminds me of. You can't say that Earl is the best welterweight of this generation when he fought for with everything on the line against Terence Crawford and got stopped brutally. We can't say that. Derek, what's going on? Derek the Maestro Moore in the motherfucking building. Shout out to one of the head motherfuckers of the Mazuma mob. I hope you're doing well, brother. Shout out to my brother, man. Slime says, of this generation, 3-belt unified champion took the most risk and has the best resume of any welterweight today. I mean, if you're talking wins, yeah. Like, Sean Porter probably got the best resume, but he did lose to a lot of guys. But I'm not discrediting or trying to shit on Earl Spence. I love Earl Spence's style. I love what he contributed to the sport. and how excited he made people. You know what I mean? He was a legit star, but I can't say that he's the best welterweight of this generation when in the biggest fight at welterweight, he came up short. That don't make sense to me, brother. Like when Mayweather and Pacquiao was rumbling, they said whoever wins this fight is going to be the greatest of this era. Floyd Mayweather defeated Manny Pacquiao easily. And now people want to turn around and say Manny Pacquiao is the greatest fighter. No, you can't have it like that. You just can't. You can't move the goalposts, bro. Y'all just can't be switching up on your words. You feel me? Floyd was the greatest of his era. And he solidified it when he defeated Manny Pacquiao. Sorry, man. I can't agree with you on there. You want Canelo to stop Bud? Why would you want a drug cheat to stop Bud? Oh, Bud beat the shit out of Canelo, swell his shit up with a jab. Hope he cut him and all. I really think Bud could beat him now. Bro, if Bud got any chance of beating Canelo, it's right now. That skull performance was so bad. I went back and watched that shit, bro. Canelo looked so slow. Real not necessarily gunshot, but real economical, predictable, hook wide as shit, telegraph. I'm like, yo, Bud gonna see all that shit, bro. The only thing that could fuck Bud up is if he put on the weight the wrong way. So I hope he got like good strength and conditioning coaches that's putting, the muscle on him the right way. You know what I mean? Not just like this, not like big bulky muscle that'll keep him slow, but develop muscles where he's still able to be agile and maintain his speed and his power. You know what I mean? He gonna have to have a real motherfucking scientist in there. You need to go ahead and get you a nutritionist if Bud don't got one already, get you a nutritionist, a fucking sports nutritionist, I guess you want to call them. Get you the best strength and conditioning coaches that you can find, and make sure they ain't giving you no ashwagandha. Make sure they ain't giving you no ostarine and none of that shit Ryan Garcia was on, and you cool. Shout out to the boy Derek Moore. He said public announcement here on Mob TV. Retirement may be coming to an end sooner than later. I'll talk to you about things offline, my brother. My boy, he said retirement may be coming to an end. Ooh wee. That's what I like to hear. I thought at first I thought you were saying retirement may be on the way. Shit. Should Ryan stay getting shot? Well, if he didn't shoot that shit, no, first of all, Brian stayed shooting shit in his arm, and now we shooting at him. You see how that shit work? It's cool. Put them syringe emojis in the comments, y'all. We don't respect drug cheats. You feel me? But yeah, hit me up, Derek. You already know my phone out here. Coffee Plan said, Mark, if Bud get greedy and fights fire with fire, that's dangerous. I mean, absolutely. That's why, like, to me, it's still an uphill battle for Bud. Even though Canelo looked like shit, he looked old. It looked like, his age is catching up to him. It's still Canelo's still dangerous with his experience. With everything he's obtained during his fucking 17-year career, fighting at a high level and stuff like that. Yeah, getting in 50-50 exchanges with Canelo can be dangerous. It really can be dangerous. And Canelo has shown that if he hits you at the right spot, he's not getting a lot of stoppages these days, but he's getting a whole lot of knockdowns. You feel me? And he's like every guy that has moved up to fight Canelo has either gotten knocked out or got discouraged by his punching power. Guys who are notoriously bigger than Canelo have shown him respect because of his power. So Canelo is dangerous, y'all. He is dangerous, but if there's anybody out here that had the abilities necessary to neutralize Canelo's strengths, it's Terence Crawford. I genuinely believe that. Ralph out here snapping. He said that's why Ryan's stamina wasn't there. He didn't have a needle in his arm this time. People be acting like that's a coincidence too. That's what's so hilarious. That's what's so hilarious. That's what's so hilarious, bro. Bivol said Canelo hits harder than Better Be. What? I don't know. I mean, nobody knows more than Bivol, right? Because he got hit by both of them. I don't know, but that's kind of hard to believe. It's kind of hard to believe. Maybe Bivol and Better Be, I don't know. They probably not cool with each other. Hold on. I'm getting a lot of comments right now. I'm trying to keep up. He said, I need that Canelo stoppage for Earl. That's crazy. Slime a better baby mom for sure. Anonymous said, hey, I just feel like Canelo can't switch gears and force an uncomfortable pace like he used to when he was younger. I see what you're saying, but his present, he still applies pressure. You know what I'm saying? And Bud, you know, Canelo has a good sense of timing as well. And, you know, anybody could be timed, especially if Canelo was to punch with Terence Crawford, you know, aka a 50-50 exchange. Like I said, anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? Like I said though, I think that Bud is fully capable of neutralizing Canelo's strengths. I think personally, based off of the performance I've seen, which it could be a different performance in the Terence Crawford fight, whatever the case is. He might be a little sharper. Maybe he wasn't motivated for Skull. We don't know. But like, if Bud keeps it in the center of the ring, I think he'll have a strong chance of winning. I think where people fuck up at is when you just chill on the ropes. Rolly put on a Mayweather-like performance against Ryan. This nigga Slime is a troll. That's hilarious. Bud is very versatile with his offense. Yes, and he has great timing. Like he'll see you throwing a punch and he'll throw some short shit in between and beat you to the punch. Like that's a special ability. To see somebody throwing a punch and you get it and you getting your shit off before them when they're in the process of throwing it before you, that's a special fight. I see Earl load up on a shot and fucking Bud shoot a short uppercut right in between Earl's wide shot and beat him and it was able to get the knockdown. Like Bud he's a special type of talent, bro. If he's able to take that ability that he had on that night and bring it up to 168, which can be a little difficult. You know what I mean? It may be hard to do. Canelo is gonna have a tough time. What you sending me? Why are you sending me shit? I'm right in front of you. So you can watch it later. Okay. Thank you, baby. What? Box expert said Boots fighting Canelo. What do I think about that matchup? That's not happening. Who told you that? Scooter said that? Scooter under the influence? He said Canelo put everything in one punch, so he hit harder, but Arthur is naturally stronger. Okay, that makes sense. Because there is a difference. You could be physically strong, or like you could like get. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but there's different types of power. So I see what Bivol talking about. Like Canelo put more emphasis on his punches. Bivol be like he don't. Bivol don't be. I mean, Better Beef don't be really turning over his punches or be using as much speed as Canelo. So I understand that. It's sometimes it be looking like Better Beef be throwing arm punches and still be rocking niggas, bro. That's how strong he is. Twirl Zach, am I Puerto Rican? Yeah, I am, brother. Smoochie said Boots at Bears Canelo make him retire. Man. Somebody said Scooter meant Canelo sparring Boots to get ready for Crawford. I didn't hear that neither. I don't know, bro. I don't fucking know. I don't even want to talk about none of that. How the fuck Boots fighting Canelo when Canelo already signed to fight Bud? What is we talking about? Wait, who talking about Rolly? What happened? Rolly definitely had a virtuoso performance against Ryan. I don't think Rolly did too much. I think it was really what Ryan wasn't willing to do. Ryan did not want to punch with Rolly. So Rolly was like, all right, let me play a smart and just jab this nigga for the rest of the fight. And that's what he did. I don't really think Rolly had a superb performance. I just think that this motherfucker Ryan got scared and didn't want to engage with Rolly no more. That's exactly what happened. I don't really see anything that, Rolly did. And I've said in the past, and Anonymous agrees with me, I said that his best performance was Yigit. This nigga beat the fuck out of Yigit, bro. He did my man Avery dirty too, but Yigit, he fucked Yigit up, bro. That's when Rolly was just straight dogging niggas, just no skill, just fucking you up, turning shit to a street fight. That was my favorite performance from Rolly. Fuck Yigit up, bro. Beat his ass. But yeah, so we spoke about Naoya Inoue retirement in 3 years. Now let's talk about this Terence Crawford and Canelo situation, man, because you know, I could be wrong. This is me like speculating in all honesty, but I've seen a few people actually, speaking about it too. And this is breaking news from Turkey Al Sheikh, according to the Ring magazine. It says Turkey Al Sheikh has confirmed the promoter for Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford will be Sulla for Riyadh season on September 13th, with the broadcaster still yet to be decided. So that's the new information that's coming out so far. Turkey did say that once he finds, once he gets more information, he'll put it out as soon as possible. There still are yet to, pick a venue. But I'm gonna tell y'all this. Sella, from what I understand, I, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but Sella is a promotional company out of Saudi Arabia, right? Let me see. Says that Seller Promotions is a new boxing promotion launched in partnership with TKO Group Holdings, Saudi Arabia's public investment fund, and Turkey Al Sheikh. Hmm. Okay. So if this is a boxing promotion that's in partnership with TKO Group Holdings and Saudi Arabia's public investment fund and Turkey Al Sheikh, then what's the possibility that Canelo Alvarez and Bud happens in Saudi Arabia? Like who's to say that the fight won't happen in Saudi Arabia now? Because initially they were saying it was going to be Los Angeles, New York, or Las Vegas. You feel what I'm saying? That's what they was just saying not too long ago. Now that this fight's being promoted by a promotional company that's being funded by, a public fund out in Saudi Arabia, it makes you question why would a company that's being backed by Saudi Arabia's public funds, why would they still take the time to make the shit happen in the U.S.? Ever since Bud has been dealing with Turkey Al Sheikh, he's been staying in the U.S. You feel what I'm saying? When he fought Israel Majimov, it happened in the U.S. I believe it happened in L.A. Now that he's about to fight Canelo Alvarez, they was announcing that this fight was going to happen in the States as well. But with Sulla being involved now, I wonder if they're still, convinced on staying in the U.S. or they're contemplating just bringing a fight over to Riyadh. Because yeah, anonymous. And I was just about to get to that. I definitely think there's something going on with Turkey Al Sheikh and Dana White and all of them. And what I personally believe it is, to be honest with you, I think that I think that Turkey Al Sheikh didn't like the backlash that he received from announcing that he was gonna, work with Dana White going into the sport of boxing. Listen, this isn't Dana White's first attempt at trying to come into the sport of boxing. I remember he had Zuffa Boxing. He was gonna launch his promotional company and attempt to take over boxing like he did MMA. But then once he looked, you know, he looked from behind the curtain and seeing how the way the sport of boxing was set up, where these promoters, you know, First of all, if they don't fuck with you, these promoters gonna make it hard for you to do business with you. That's one. And Dana White is used to having shit his way. He's used to running shit on his own and having all the say so. He's used to being the uno. Coming into boxing, he thought he was gonna be able to reciprocate the same idea, and it didn't work. You feel what I'm saying? It didn't work. You know what I'm saying? And as a result, he was like, "Oh man, I'm not dealing with boxing." I remember him saying that, like, too much bullshit going on with boxing. I'm not even about to entertain boxing right now. I'm gonna just focus on the UFC. I'm paraphrasing, of course. So now that Turkey Al-Sheikh is like all in on boxing, Turkey Al-Sheikh and Dana White have had a relationship for a good amount of time now. I think since like the pandemic for real. Cause fucking I think UFC was doing a lot of events out in Saudi Arabia during the pandemic. So they've had a good relationship since then. And I'm thinking, and Dana White said he was like, "Oh, well, Turkey Al-Sheikh is gonna be back in all our events. Maybe I could find my way back into boxing now. So, if we pay these fighters, it's not necessarily coming out of my pocket. It's not necessarily a loss for me. So let's find a way to take over boxing now. Now that I got like the funds necessary and I ain't got to worry about, losing money out of my pocket." I think that when he joined them and then they was hearing about banning the Muhammad Ali Act and all this bullshit, he received a lot of criticism. And when he received a lot of criticism, it probably made Turkey Al-Sheikh uh really double back on things or rethink some things because Turkey Al-Sheikh, he listens to the people, bro. He's very aware of what's going on and what's being said. And I know that for a fact because when Turkey Al-Sheikh was getting a little cocky talking about how, he don't want to deal with these belt organizations and he's looking to destroy all these promoters. When he got that backlash from saying that, he retracted his statements. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He retracted his statements and then went on to say, "Oh no, like, pretty much we still gonna be working with promoters. We still want to work with these world title Johns." Like WBC shot shots at Turkey Al-Sheikh. Promoters were saying like, "All right, let's have it then. Like let's let's compete. Fuck it." Eddie Hearn said it. Oscar De La Hoya said he felt a little slighted by that comment or whatever the case is. And I guess Turkey Al-Sheikh came to this understanding like, damn, I might not be that nigga that I thought I was. Because when he was putting all this money, pumping all this money into the sport, everybody was praising him and, man of the decade and boxing and all this bullshit. You know what I mean? He started to really feel himself. I'm like, yo, I'm really in control of this boxing shit. Little do you know, niggas only fuck with you because of what you provide. You know what I mean? It's because you got an unlimited, because you walking around with a blank check and motherfuckers can write whatever on it and cash it. That's why they fuck with you. But once you start to, feel like you the one who really runs shit and that you really the boss, that's when motherfuckers gonna push back and really make you reevaluate some things. You feel me? So that's what I think. That's what I think is going on. There's definitely a messy situation going on with Dana and Turkey, though. I think Turkey just pretty much cut that nigga off. It's Levi. Smoochie said Dana responsible for that Bohachuk fight last night. It was on UFC Pass. No, I think that they just provide the network for the guys to fight on. I know Mike Fox is with Jeter Promotions. I know that for a fact. As far as he used to be with Kings, I think he's with Jeter Promotions now. So it's not like Dana White got these guys signed or anything like that. Let me actually check who was responsible for that fight. Mike Fox. Yep, let me check right here. It was promoted by Tom Loeffler. Tom Loeffler, for anybody who doesn't know, is I think his promotional company is called like K2. Well, his company's called 360 Promotions, but I remember he was fucking with a company named like K2 or something. That's when he had Chocolatito and Triple G and shit like that. But since it's on UFC Fight Pass, Dana's the one that's like, providing the network. I guess the one putting the bread up for the event. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to the boy YSL Sports Media. What's going on, brother? you asked for the link, and I was dead tired, bro. I was hanging that shit up, but you free to come on now if you want. You feel what I'm saying? Um, so yeah, man, let's get into some open boxing topics. I appreciate everybody that's coming through, showing love and interacting in the comments, man. That is very much appreciated. I did not get to watch the Mike Fox fight yet with Serhii Bohachuk, so y'all gonna have to give me some time so I can give y'all, my personal opinion on the situation. K2 was Klitschko company. Loeffler worked for them. Oh, okay, good to know. Good to know. I remember that. That was the HBO days. I remember that. Roman Gonzalez. As soon as Floyd retired, Roman Gonzalez, pound for pound #1. He was always on Triple G undercards and shit like that. I remember that. Shakur gonna stop Zepeda. That's what you believe, Shay. Who else thinks that? Anybody else think Shakur gonna stop Zepeda? I don't know if he gonna stop Zepeda. I think it's gonna be an ass whooping though. With what Shakur got going on, man, with doing the therapy on his hands, the exo, what's that shit called, an exosome or some shit like that, therapy that I think it like activates like stem cells in your hands and revitalizes your hands and reduces chances of injuries and stuff like that. If Shakur don't feel no pain in his hands in this fight, bro, Cepeda's gonna be in trouble, y'all. And bro, I'm convinced that Shakur has boxed everybody under the sun, bro. When I seen that photo of him sparring somebody a while back, they were like, "Yo, that's Zepeda that he was sparring." I was like, "That can't be Zepeda, bro." Then he confirmed that at the press conference. "Oh, I sparred Zepeda when I was 16." I'm like, "Shakur, you done sparred everybody and they mom. Everybody you fought, you done sparred before. Like, god damn. You either know them personally or you sparred them before." It was like, shit. You can't name a motherfucker Shakur ain't spar. Sheesh. Shakur will win, but not by KO. Smoochie says that. Salam says he thinks Shakur stops him. Shade thinks that he gonna beat his ass bad. Anonymous said it's pretty likely. And I don't even like Shakur. I'm not the biggest fan of Shakur neither, bro. But if we looking at shit stylistically, bro, how accurate Shakur is offensively, and if he, like I said, if he doesn't feel any pain in his hands, and with Cepeda's lack of defense, bro, I could really see Shakur busting Zepeda the fuck up, bro. I could see him making him miss and making him pay brutally. I really see that. I don't know what Zepeda. I mean, Zepeda can make the fight ugly. He could be himself. That pressure fighter, come forward, throw a lot of punches. But he can make the fight ugly. Like I think that's his best bet. He gotta make the fight ugly. He gotta make Shakur uncomfortable. He can't let Shakur be himself. You know what I mean? Push him to the ropes. Make sure that motherfucker don't get up off of them ropes. You know what I mean? Hit him on the hip. Hit him. If he want to hit him with some low blows, go ahead. He gonna have to get his Orlando Salido bag. That's the only way I could really see him breaking down Shakur and actually making a difference. You know what I'm saying? That coming in all reckless shit, I could just see him getting tagged. Taporia or Oliveira, I can't comment on that, bro. I don't really watch MMA all like that to give you like a good prediction, but I'm gonna say Taporia because I feel like he got more momentum right now, and I'll just pick that one. I can't give you a real reason why, but I seen like Oliveira, he was on a nice little streak or whatever, but he's been coming up short in some of his previous bouts. So I can't really give you a good answer, brother. But if I had to pick somebody, I'm gonna pick Taporia. So Peter said Shakur don't have the balls to exchange like Farmer did. Yeah, I actually saw that comment. You know what I'm saying? But I think a lot of people are underestimating Shakur's ability to, be offensive and stuff like that because of his mishaps, in terms of like, injuries. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not making no excuses for the man, but if he's having fucked up hands and he's not confident in letting his hands go, being economical with your offense is a strong possibility. Considering what he's doing now, him taking action and looking to be, as healthy as possible, I think that's really going to play a part. I think that's really going to play a part, bro. You know, but that's the thing. If If Zepeda get dropped by Tevin Farmer because he gets hit with a shot he don't see, I can only imagine what Shakur will be capable of doing. Honestly. Send that link. Send that link over to YSM. Let's get it popping. I mean, Shakur going frustrate Zepeda and making him miss in the pocket. I think that with Shakur keeping his range, I think Zepeda, ironically, I think he's going to be hesitant with throwing his punches because I think he's going to have trouble, finding his range against Shakur. And when you having trouble finding your range, you're going to be a little bit more hesitant to throw punches. Yo.
Yo, what up?
What's going on, brother? How you feeling?
Oh, man, I'm all right. I'm an old head now, so these late nights catch up to you. You still young, man.
Yeah.
You smack dab in the middle of your prime, man.
Yeah? What age you think I'm going to start feeling it? What age?
All right, so you think you're going to feel it at 30, but you don't. But it's like 32, 33, you start to feel it, yeah. Because at 30, you still going
Yeah?
to feel like you, yeah. Yeah.
Damn, I ain't got much time down.
Nah, man, you well, you in the gym. Well, you in the gym. I had a nice hiatus from basketball to like and then I just worked. So you leave work and then you go to the gym. So you might be all right. You might get to like 35 before you start to feel it.
All right. I'll take that. Shout out to the boy Denitric Banner with the $2 super chat. He says, yo, they robbed Mike Fox.
They did.
I did the fight, man. What you, I mean, if you watched it?
Yeah, I watched it.
Okay, yeah, I was at an amateur show, so I couldn't fucking watch it. But what you thought of it? What was your take on it?
I thought that please, like for Boots' introduction to 54, whenever he decides to jump, I want Sergey Boy. That's
Yo,
that's what I thought. Yeah, get him, the dude that gave Virgil problems. Yeah, please, please.
yeah,
Mike
man.
thoroughly, Mike thoroughly outboxed him. The problem with Mike is he's not a sharp puncher, so the punch it so it don't look good, like it don't look sexy when he doing it. But nah, man, he easily outboxed him once. In the first two rounds I had it 1-1. And
Okay,
what happened was Mike ended up like fighting him in the trenches. Boyachuk closed the gap. And then Mike just made an adjustment where he started kind of like doing like a quick change of direction step. So he'll be like, moving one way and then bop bop. And then now he's changing the direction, but he's punching as he's going out the back door.
right.
And he was landing. He was landing uppercuts, and basically, Boyachuk couldn't cut the ring off. Boyachuk couldn't find Mike. When I mean couldn't find him, he just couldn't find him. Like it was easy. It was easy. And of
You know
course,
what's
they had an 18 by 18. If it was in a 20 by 20, it would have got dark.
Oh yeah, damn. So they give him a low ass ring too. They be
Well,
fucking Mike over
bro, he
scorecards.
dropped him. He dropped him with a left hand. They called it a push. I'm talking about not even with
Yeah,
them in the
I seen
clinch.
that. I seen that clip. I seen that clip, and they counted that as a push. I'm like, bro, that was clearly a punch. Even if it wasn't like the most appealing punch or look like the hardest shot, motherfucker. If I make contact and you with a punch and you fall, that's a fucking knockdown.
Yo, oh, it was a push. So I can just push you with my left hand really quick and you fall? Like, how sturdy are you?
Yeah,
It was a bad jaw, yo.
I feel so bad for Mike, bro, because they did the same shit with Mike Stray. You feel what I'm saying? Like that. That's an unfortunate. That's an unfortunate John. And what was so crazy was when I heard about the fight happening, I'm like, yo, Mike, knowing Mike, because this man done did so many fights in Philly. We was dealing with the same promoter for a good amount of time. I was like, Mike could box. I said, if Mike can't do anything, he could fucking box. So I was like, bro, Bohachuk, he's slow. He could punch, but he's slow, and he can't. He don't got the skills like Mike. So, bro, I was gonna make a bet on fucking Mike too, bro. But I was like, you know what? Then I really thought about it. I'm like, yo, Mike, don't be getting no fucking scorecards, bro, in
No,
his
they robbed
favor
the
a
shit
lot.
out of Mike.
So I was like, bro, you
Mike's
know
an
what? I
easy
ain't
fighter to rob.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Because and it's exactly why, because of what you said, his offense don't really look too appealing. Because what he be doing, he just be peppering dudes. He'll touch you, like not with the intention of really hurting you, but just to like outpoint you, and then he get the fuck out the way. Just touch, get out the way. Touch, get out the way. And I guess judges aren't really fans of that type style. So you know what I mean. They don't score in his favor, and that's unfortunate, bro. That's really unfortunate. Like he's showing you skills. You know what I mean. He's showing you how a tall fighter should fight, and they don't appreciate it, bro. Like this shit is slowly but surely becoming like a situation where it's like they really trying to get rid of like out boxers, bro. Like they whole mission is to eliminate out boxers. They want everybody to be rock'em sock'em. Shit was
I
crazy. Shout out to the boy.
I,
Go ahead.
I definitely see what you're talking about. Hey Ralph, the commentary was so bad. That was some of the worst commentary I've ever seen, bro. Boyachuk,
Really?
like they was giving Boyachuk credit for trying. It was the weird, bro. It was commentary from 1 to 10. From 1 to 10, that shit was like 100, yo. It was bad. Like it was to the point where I wanted to mute the shit. It was so bad. Like that's the problem. Like they don't know they're doing the sport a disservice because the average boxing fan shouldn't have. I shouldn't have to do a fucking 2 hour soliloquy into why this guy won instead of that guy because of this big fight that he got lined up and with the promotional companies and the networks. I shouldn't have to do that. Whatever you saw should be the outcome, right?
Yeah.
But that's boxing. We have to have a fucking explanation. Oh, well, he's in line to fight Caleb Plant. And because he draws here and with Amazon and Bob Arum, he wants to unify with this guy. I shouldn't have to do all that.
Yeah, that's embarrassing, bro. As a boxing fan, having to explain that to like casuals or people that's getting introduced to boxing, especially if you really, hold the sport at high regards, bro. That's embarrassing having to explain that shit, bro. Like, what was that? What was that fucking fight that my homie said he watched? Um, fuck, I don't remember, but it was like a big fucking. It was a robbery though. Like it was crazy, and he was like, "Yo, like how they scored that shit for him, bro? Like the other dude was clearly winning the whole time." And then I had to give him the whole rundown. He was like, "What the fuck that got to do with this dude losing this many rounds and this dude winning this many rounds?" I said, "Bro, I'm not trying to justify it. I'm just telling you why it went the way it went. That's the politics of boxing for you." He was like, "Man, I ain't trying to watch that shit. They're gonna be on that type time." And that's how
Exactly.
these motherfuckers feeling, bro. Shit is crazy. Let me see. Ralph
Yo, the
said
things that
Bohachuk.
we let go, the things that we let go in boxing isn't acceptable in any other sport.
Yep, that's a fact. That's a fact, and that's why I always say boxing fans are the most disrespected fans in sports, bro. Like, if it wasn't for this fucking Saudi Arabian dude, cashing these big ass, sending these big ass checks to these fighters, we wouldn't be getting the fights that a lot of these fights we wouldn't be, getting. Um, you know, Fucking promoters be telling fighters, "Oh, if you don't like it, then don't watch it." Can you imagine if Adam Silver picked who the fuck? Like, no, you're not gonna play for your spot in the finals. I'm gonna
Bro,
pick who gonna fight in the finals,
bro,
and then be like, "Oh, if you don't like the fucking Warriors, facing, the Knicks in the finals, then don't watch it. Can you
Yeah.
imagine if Adam Silver went on that podium and
Yo,
said that shit?
for everybody watching, in our other sports, we do not accept nowhere near what boxing does to us. So in boxing, essentially, if boxing was football, right? We watched the Carolina Panthers beat the Patriots, right? 40-24. Like we're watching the score through the course of the game. And then at the end of the game, the score all of a sudden turns from 40-24 to Patriots 44 and Carolina got 31. That's boxing, right?
Yeah.
If we were watching basketball, because LeBron sells more jerseys than anybody, and Steph Curry shoots the three, he was like, nah, Steph shoots too good. So we gonna put the 3-point line back 6 feet. And if you don't like that, I won't play you because I sell the most jerseys and I do what I want. That's boxing. Oh man. Yo, you know we got tall guys. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make the rim 9 feet. So we'll dunk on every play. And if you don't wanna play like that, then I don't want to play you because I'm the Lakers and we the most famous franchise. But we accept that in boxing. Literally, these motherfuckers changed the dimensions of boxing to suit them. And the justification is we sell tickets. So what the fuck are you going to do? And as
Remember when they
fans,
raised?
we're okay with that.
You remember they raised them clenbuterol levels for Canelo?
Yep.
Like, you know what? We're gonna raise these clenbuterol levels for you, man, because we can't afford for you to fail another drug test. That'll hurt our pockets too much.
Bro.
Shit is
Lorenzo,
crazy, bro.
Erislandy Lara versus Paul
Paul
Williams. And I was
Williams.
a huge Paul Williams. I'm a Paul Williams stan.
Yo, Mill, that was exactly what I was gonna say, bro. I was just looking at that fight probably
Bro.
like 4 days ago. I was just watching that fight over. Shit is crazy, bro. They
I'm a
did
Paul
Laura so
Williams. I'm a Paul Williams fan, like diehard. I was trying to find any excuse to give those rounds to Paul Williams. I couldn't. I was new to boxing, and I'm like, damn, dude beating his ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was so obvious.
Yeah, bro. That left hand was drawn. That shit was a dot every time. Yeah, that was a bad job. Another bad robbery, bro, probably was somebody wrote Whitaker versus Ramirez. Sergio Martinez versus Kermit Cintron. Okay. I can't really think of none right now. Um, we seen a few already happen.
Mike Fox
I
got a
thought,
bunch.
yeah, I thought Adonis beat Hamza clearly.
Yeah.
Oh, he beat him clearly. That's why I'm like, that's why I'm going around saying, and I think Hamza beat Berlanga. I think he the more skilled guy. But it's like, if I'm Berlanga and just knowing how the way Turkey be carrying it with Hamza, bro, probably gonna have to knock Hamza the fuck out, bro.
Yeah.
You might really have to knock him out, bro, because that shit not going well. Marlon said Bradley versus Pac 1. Okay.
Yo,
Okay.
dealing with Saudi Arabia, Muslims the new A side. You know how for a period of time the Mexican boxing fan was carrying the sport because other boxing fans became disenchanted, and you saw Mexican fighters really get a crazy push. Now the Muslim guys are the A sides, bro, because they got the promotion that's putting on everything, and the big fights is in Saudi Arabia.
Mm-hmm. And I even heard that like you get paid more if you fight in Saudi Arabia.
You do.
And like if you do a Riyadh season card in the US, you won't get paid as much as if you do a Riyadh season card in Riyadh. So that's pretty much gonna entice people to go over there and rumble. And that shit, yeah. Yeah.
My man said Terrell Goucher versus Elijah Garcia.
Oh yeah, that was a bad one. That was a bad one. Forgot. Yeah, that was the one that was on my mind. I remember watching that shit. Goucher put him on his ass and all. What the fuck happened with Elijah Garcia, bro? Lennox Holyfield won. Yeah, that draw was atrocious, bro. Lennox got that shit back, but still weird, John. Let me see.
Yo, here's the
Lorenzo said,
thing, Mark. They're trying to
"Yeah,
build. They're trying to build stars.
right
They're trying to build stars, man.
for sure." Lorenzo said Martinez stopped Cintron, and the ref reversed his decision and let Cintron continue, and they gave the fight a draw. Kermit didn't win a single round versus Cintron, in my opinion. Wait, you meant to say? Wait. I think you meant to say Martinez. Kermit didn't win a round versus Martinez. That's what you meant. Yeah, that's what you meant. All right, cool. Bro, I seen some shit like that happen yesterday, bro. In the amateurs, bro. Yo, New Jersey shot the fuck out, bro. It's like the closer you get to New York, the worse the fucking amateur officials are over there, bro. So I turned in my book, right? So that's how I knew they was on bullshit. I pull up with my book, right? And I had my book updated. But they was like, they looked at my picture, and in my picture I didn't have my beard. So they was like, "Oh, you need to update your picture." I'm like, "You can't tell that's me." He said, "Oh, well, you got the beard. You need a new picture." I said, "So if I don't do it," I said, "My U.S. my background is good, everything's good, but you gonna turn down me
Because I
coaching
grew a
this
beard.
because I grew a fucking beard." He's like, "Man, just get another picture." I'm like, "Yo, who the fuck is he talking to, bro?" I looked at my dad. I was like, "Yo, who the fuck he talking to?" My dad was like, "I ain't never hear no shit like that." And then then the other guy came. He was like, "Oh no, you're good." I'm like, "Yo, what the fuck was that?" So then I go in the John, bro. I'm watching this fight. It's two light heavyweights, right, bro? They was rock'em sock'em for 2 rounds. The third round, bro, this fucking it looked like a it was two black bulls, but the one dude cracked him with a right hand. Boom. Yo, the kid fell asleep on the ropes, bro. The kid fell asleep on the ropes. And the ref, and then the dude punched him again, and like the dude woke up, but like his legs was gone. So the dude falls and everything. The fucking ref said, "That's a slip. That's a slip." This dude took forever to get up, bro. The dude took forever to get up. The kid gets up on his feet, gets punched on. By the grace of God, he ain't go to sleep again. But bro, the bell rings. He goes back to the John. The kid who almost gets put to sleep wins the whole thing. Wins the fight.
What?
Yeah, he wins the fight. So they give the dude the belt and shit like that. The kid was like, he holding the belt, but you could tell he was upset. Yo, the nigga goes up to his opponent and gives him the belt. I was like, "Nah, I didn't win this, man. Here." I never seen that shit in my fucking life, bro. And I was so worried for my fighter because all the scorecards was atrocious that whole night. There was 20 bouts. We was the 18th. So I'm like, fuck, bro. I'm watching all these kids get robbed, like little 8-year-olds and all. I'm like, bro, they robbing 8-year-olds. They'll rob my guy. So I was like, bro, you need to like dominate. Thank God he did. But like, bro, that shit was a true. This boxing shit is crazy. Then they look at you like you dumb. Like if you dispute, they call it you dumb.
Yeah.
Like disgusting, bro.
Just
That
corruption,
kid
man.
went to
Just
sleep.
yo, but
What'd you say, man?
now you understand why we lose so many good fighters though. Think about how many dudes that can really fight. That can really, really fight, yo. And they just stop fighting because they get jerked in the amateurs, they get jerked in the pros. Well, what the fuck am I doing this for?
Right. Yep. And we lose a lot of fans too. Lose a lot of fans too. Like, bro, I don't want to keep watching this shit if if I know this shit corrupt. Like there was a point in time where I used to like try to persuade people, like, yo, bro, need to watch boxing, bro. This shit lit. You just don't know about it. Then some fuckery happened. And then I'm just sitting here like a dickhead because I can't defend it. Shit's disgusting, bro. What do you think about Hamza and Berlanga though, stylistically?
I don't know. I need to see what Hamza looks like with the weight. Bro, I don't know. To me, that's 50-50 because I can see Berlanga cracking him. Berlanga can box more than what people give him credit for.
Yeah.
But I could also see Berlanga laying an egg. Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, bro. His performances is like, inconsistent and shit. But Hamza could do it, but he's a lot taller than Berlanga too. I was looking at the height difference too. And Berlanga's not short. So I'm like, all right. He might be able to acclimate the super middleweight, good, but Berlanga's a big super middleweight too. He probably gonna come in a whole cruiserweight.
Damn, my bad. I dropped my controller. Nah, he definitely gonna come in big as fuck.
Yeah, bro. He came in against Canelo like 193, bro. Like, yo, this shit crazy. So let me see. Let me see. All right, we got the boy Marky Dan in the building. What up, Marky? Is that AJ on your profile? He out of pocket.
That's AJ getting put out the game on my stuff.
What?
I said that's AJ getting put out the game on my stuff.
Karma.
How you doing, Mazuma? Like salute.
I'm doing well. How you doing?
Salute, YSM. I saw you up there on with my brother Dub and BVO. Salute to the Sport Talk Network. How you doing?
Oh, okay. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, I fuck with BVO.
Oh, okay. Yo, since you here, Jamil, I had a lot of people asking me about this whole T.O. and boot shit. What's your take on that?
What, on the fight, or is it going to happen?
I mean, however you want to go about it.
Is it going to happen? I don't know. Good.
Okay.
The fight, I mean, it's either two things going to happen. T.O. is going to get ran over, or T.O. is going to taste Boots' power early and then choose to survive, choose to have a more victory. But that's the only way to send. It's like, remember, he's already lost, right? So he's not protecting his O. He's playing with house money because the pressure's on Boots, and it's to destroy you.
Yeah, I was really thinking about it. And Boots is kind of like in a lose-lose situation when it comes to, the T.O. fight. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's like, if he stomp on T.O., motherfuckers going to find a way to discredit him. And, if something were to happen where T.O. is able to beat him, all right, then you just lost to T.O. So that, he just going – I think he going to face criticism either way. But at the same time, bro, I need to see a black fighter step on T.O., bro. Like, I need to see a black fighter step on T.O., and I think Boots is the best candidate for the job, bro. To be honest.
I mean, you got Hitchens and Matias as well, but I think Boots would split his head open to the white meat, respectfully. I don't even have any doubt in my mind about that.
To the white meat. I can tell you all that.
I'm only 25. Matter of fact, I got that from BBO.
To the white meat?
Damn.
Yeah, I think Boots would do something bad to him.
Nah, he would, bro. Let's keep it real. Like, bro, Tim Bradley's embarrassing, bro. I was too tired to really
He's
like.
A raccoon. He's a raccoon. That's called.
Bro, I've been saying that, bro. No, I did shit, And then I had people in the comments yesterday talking about, oh man, Tim, man, he trolling. That's like everybody's fucking cop out now, bro. Oh, whenever somebody do some fuck shit. Oh, he just trolling, bro. No, he just trolling, bro. Oh no,
Yeah.
bro. No, that's who the fuck he really is. He has a track history of being that fucking way. Tim Bradley got a whole highlight reel of coonery. All you gotta do is just go look for it.
Terrible. He
The
do
fuck.
whatever he can to hold on to that job at Top Rank, even as the ship is sinking.
The only motherfucker who turned down the Mayweather payday, bro, to keep his loyalty
Did he
with
turn
fucking
down a
Putnam.
Mayweather payday? Nah. Let's speak facts.
He admitted he did.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's what I was just about to say. He got a whole interview talking about it.
Yeah, he said they reached out to him. What they
Yeah.
say, like 7 million,
I
right?
don't.
His contract was up. His contract was up with Top Rank. I think they offered him 7, and he was like, look, like we want to make this fight. Don't re-sign with Top Rank, and he's told them like, all right, I need 2 million in 48 hours. Nobody's going to do that, and
He's
so
a coon. He's a
he
good
re-signed with
boy.
Top
He's
Rank.
a good boy. He's a good
And
boy.
that fought for less.
Yep,
Dickhead, bro. Like, you
and
can't.
got
See, I
the
forgot.
Manny Pack.
All I
Yeah,
remember was Tim was like, they was like, yo, we want to make a fight happen with, Floyd Mayweather, whatever the case is. You know what I mean? Just if you want to make this fight happen, just don't re-sign with Top Rank. Just remain being a free agent. Tim Bradley put out some crazy ass requests. I thought it was an amount of money that, was out of pocket, but I guess it's a little bit of both. Asked for some unrealistic shit. You know what I mean? Floyd and them was all right, fuck him. Now he wanted to go back to sign with, his dad, with his daddy Bob.
yeah. Now you can ask for the money to be put in escrow, but you can't do it like 48 hours. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a process, bro. And I've worked in the banking industry. I know that shit's like that's a process, bro. Like motherfuckers ain't just. There's a whole lot of security measures and shit that go into that. Like that's just not, you know, happening all like that. But they said Lorenzo said he got an hour-long compilation of coonery. Yes, he do. I'll never forget that shit that he did, bro. Like he even turned his back on Bud, bro. That's when I knew he was a fucking coon, bro. Like a bona fide coon. Like when he was one of the main. He was like the first person that I recall giving Terence Crawford his stamp. You feel me? Because like they were sparring or whatever. You know what I mean? Like Tim was really pushing Bud. Like yo, Bud, he next up. Like bro, like he beat my ass at sparring, all types of shit. Then Lomachenko start popping.
Coon.
Oh, he's the Matrix. Oh, no Maschenko and all this crazy shit. This dude, when Terence Crawford was at the top of the game, Andre Ward looked Bradley dead in his face and was like, "You got Lomachenko pound for pound #1 over Terence Crawford?" He was like, "Yeah, bro." And Andre Ward was like, "Why?" This dude, Tim Bradley, talking about because he's Lomachenko, bro. I was like,
What?
"Oh yeah."
Cornery.
I was like, "Oh yeah." Like now, if Tim would have put some shit together or made put some points together, I was like, all right, like I disagree with you, but I mean, at least you coming from like a place of like reasoning. Because he's Lomachenko, that's all you need to say. Like that's your only like reasoning. I was like, oh yeah, Tim, one of them.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm not surprised.
not surprised at all. And it's just what fucks me up is just like the whole like what's going on with T.O. right now, and that you like. And he know he did wrong too, because he was like, "Yeah, look, man, like I know T.O. doing like the racist stuff, but I just want to talk about boxing." And I'm like, why are you so uncomfortable with defending your own people, Tim?
I remember the craziest shit Tim Bradley ever said, and it was when he was actually defending Bud. He said, it's when Boots was trying to get a fight with Bud. He said, "Boots, why go after the big fights? Why are you worried about going after the big fights? Don't go after big fights." I said, "What? What is wrong with this nigga?" Like, who says some shit like that?
But criticize Tank when he was that age for not taking certain fights.
Exactly.
You can't
Wait,
make this shit up,
Just
yo.
cone, 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 coney, coney, cone.
wait. What you elaborate? What you mean? You said who criticized Tank?
Bradley
Timothy.
when when Tank was Boots age, right? And Tank didn't fight Lomachenko or
Oh yeah.
yeah, he criticized me.
Yep. I didn't hear that last part. That's why. Oh yeah, yo, Tim. You could easily point out the hypocrisy in a lot of the shit that Tim be saying. It's like the motherfucker just wake up and feel different about shit. I genuinely believe like he comes from an honest standpoint, and then top ranking them be like, yo, Tim, we don't like that opinion, bro. We want you to push this instead. And he be like, all right, boss. I guess that's what we gonna do. Then he go ahead and switch the whole shit up, bro. Like that's what I genuinely believe. Like, and you know, you just coming out of your way to disrespect Boots for no reason, to defend T.O., who's literally making statements like hateful statements towards your people. Like that shit is crazy to me, bro.
Man, Boots will whoop the dog shit out of Tim Bradley.
Tim would have
Respectfully.
Tim
And
would have never
I
fought,
got a
man.
lot of respect for Tim Bradley's career. I think, unlike a lot of people, I think he deserved to be a Hall of Famer. But Boots will whoop the dog shit out of him. And I think Tim Bradley know it. And he mad.
Tim ain't worried about coming back no time soon. You see how yellow his eyes look? Fat as
Ha,
shit.
nah, I ain't gonna talk about that. That's nasty work.
Bro, this motherfucker, like he looked unhealthy, bro. The nigga just looked like he just eat like I don't know, bro. He don't look healthy, bro. That motherfucker got the Michael Jordan eyes and shit.
The
Like, oh
Michael
Oh,
my
Jordan, the Michael
God.
Jordan eyes is crazy.
Bro, you know what I'm talking about though, right? Shit.
Yeah, like you
Nigga,
got jaundice.
yeah, like something like nigga, Tim need a detox. Like something wrong with that nigga. He need to go ahead and get it like a little colon cleanser or something. That nigga, he got a lot of toxins inside him. Need to go ahead.
Yo, that's funny as shit. But
that nigga said
there is some
colon
truth
cleanse. That's
to it.
crazy.
Nah, man, you need the colon cleanse. That's your second brain, man.
Yeah, bro, you need to go ahead and clear that shit out, bro. I'm telling you, I know all about that. I had a chronic illness with my stomach and shit. I know what that shit is. Like Tim backed up. All that cooning and Popeye's chicken sandwiches he be fucking with, bro.
Oh
That
my
shit, that shit,
god.
that shit got him tweaking. He need to go ahead and get rid of that. I got tell Tim Bradley hit me up. I got some Dr. Sebi supplements. You know what I'm saying? Get rid of all that shit. His eyes will get back white and shit. He probably get his abs back and everything. He probably come back to boxing. He just, he need to, you know what I'm saying? Need to get himself right before he start talking about other people. He a clown. He said Tim Bradley got jaundice. Listen, I don't even like I got health issues, so that's not funny. But like, I be looking at his videos and shit. And he just look dirty, bro. Like Tim, you rich, bro.
He said he man look dirty. That's crazy.
Like nigga, you look like you need to keep like you just look dirty. You need to keep some like Q-tips on you and all. Like I don't know, bro. He look like he
Yeah,
need.
you funny as shit for that, yo.
Bro, I'm trying to tell you, the nigga he look dirty, bro. Like he musty as shit trying to tell niggas what they should doing in their career. Fuck out of here. Fuck Tim, bro.
Yo,
Let's
remember in Pay in Full where Dame was like, yo, you need to put your man you need to put your man on. You look bad. You remember that?
Yo, for real. Like Tim, you fought Manny Pacquiao 3 times. I know you got bread, bro. Like I know Bob and them was doing you dirty with the contracts, but like I know I know you got at least a couple dollars, bro. Nigga looked like he was in a desert storm for real. Look dirty as hell all the time.
Damn.
Fuck out of here. Won't be talking disrespect. Really disrespecting Boots for no reason, bro. To defend a racist Oh, yo, Eddie Hearns, nigga still saying Eddie Hearns name wrong. Eddie Hearns, you better keep old Boots away from Tio, man. 'Cause Tio a problem, man. The way he's so
yo,
I'm like, yo, this nigga,
yo,
bro.
yo. Wait, he sat back and he told he was talking about how athletic the 5'7" dude is to the 5'11" dude who's athletic. Yo, man, the 5'7" dude, he athletic as shit. 5'11" dude like, so what the fuck that mean?
And he was like, bro, he was literally was trying to say, he was like, yo, look, man, you got a high output, man. But Tio done threw 1,000 punches against Steve Claggett. Nigga, Boots ain't no fucking Steve Claggett. Steve Claggett a punching bag, cuz that's why Tio fought him. He wanted to look good because in his last fights, when he was fighting athletic boxers, he looked like shit. So you picked the last motherfucker in the WBO rankings to fight, and that nigga was still giving you work. You left that bitch swole than a motherfucker. But for some reason, that's gonna be the nigga that beat Boots. Man, get the fuck out of here, bro. Stop it. Man, I need to see that. One of these black boxers need to come on, fight. I heard Dev trying to get that shit done behind the scenes. That's what Blue Blood was talking about. Somebody need to fry Tio, make him cry, do something. Cause this shit getting real annoying. We already got rid of Ryan bitch ass. You feel what I'm saying? Now we gotta get rid of him. We need to find somebody. Somebody need to put the bread on him. For real. Nigga said Tim Bradley never heard of lotion. Yeah, bro. Like, bro. Ain't no reason why.
Wow.
You ain't got no fucking lotion in your cabinet, bro. This nigga Tim, dry ass toothbrush and toothbrush dry as shit.
Tim had dandruff. That nigga Tim had dandruff on his scalp. It's really bad for Tim Bradley out here, man. Yeah. I really feel bad for the brother.
That nigga had dandruff on his shirt collar. Yo, if you bald with dandruff, like, bro, you just need to go ahead and what they say, what's the word? You need to just go ahead and eliminate yourself. Yo,
if you bald with dandruff, you really don't give a fuck about yourself. You don't take care of yourself at all.
Nigga Lorenzo said, Tim body wash bottom full as fuck.
Yo, y'all out of pocket, yo.
Nigga said his body wash full. Yo, dog. Yo, Tim Bradley toothbrush AC water in like 3 weeks. Bro, the nigga only brush his teeth when he about to like get on that
for special occasions, yeah.
Bro, he only brushes his teeth when he commentate, bro. I swear that is the only time. The nigga tongue be white as hell. Like I don't know what's up with him. Tim, send me your address, man. I'm gonna we be having the community center send over like hygiene products and shit. We gonna send you some travel kits. We gonna send you some Listerine, a tongue scraper. You know what I mean?
That nigga Tim, he be happy when they get to do it from the fucking studio. He don't brush his teeth. He only brushes teeth when they go to the fucking arena.
he be happy as shit when he be at home.
Yeah, bro, that shit crazy.
Nigga room musty as hell, telling niggas how to use a jab. Go ahead, put your dirty ass down somewhere. Tim got gingivitis.
But shout out to Tim, man, a black man, a Hall of Famer.
Yo, y'all just cooked the shit out of Tim, man. God damn, yo.
He said, shout out to Tim, black man. Bro, you don't stop acting like he a brother. He don't fuck with you, bro. Like,
man.
He not a brother, bro. He don't fuck with you, bro. Bro, do you remember when he was talking about Ryan Garcia's little, hate speech? And he was like,
what did he say?
Bro, he got his own YouTube channel, bro. This nigga said, yeah, man, like, them words don't bother me. I don't even let them words get to me, man. Like, y'all be putting too much power into these words, man. I was like, word? Like, yo, so you just cool with, he said he can say anything to me. I don't care. I was like, I bet you don't. I bet you don't. Motherfucker ain't got
Damn.
no heart, cuz. I'm like, yo, he's a bona fide bitch. Like, he don't stand on no principles, nothing. Like, I'm like, yo, he's a hoe. You know what
Wow.
I'm saying? Like, yo, listen, great fighter. You did some good shit in the sport, but you're a fucking clown. So it's cool. Like, there's a lot of y'all that's like that. It's a lot of nut ass niggas who was phenomenal boxers. Do we really have to go through a list? It's a whole bunch of them. Some of them from Philly. It is what it is.
Man, R.I.P. Tim Bradley.
He's a clown, bro. Tim smiled too fast, his gums start bleeding. He dirty like that. Nigga got inflammation everywhere. gums, gums be bloody as fuck. Yo, hold on. He said, I'm surprised Tim and Showbiz haven't met already. Oh my God. Yo, put Tim, Showbiz, Stephen A. Smith. Who else be out here tap dancing? It's a bunch of these niggas. You got anybody, Marky? Mill seemed like he pleading the fifth. who else?
Let me
Yo.
think. I gotta think.
I
Couple cool ones I've seen.
I don't pull that card in public.
Okay.
Right? I feel like that's the heaviest jacket you can hang on somebody.
Okay.
And I hang that jacket on when I see him.
Oh, okay. So you
Byron Donalds. I think Byron Donalds is the king.
Who that? Who?
That's a politician.
Oh, okay.
He's a
Yeah.
coon. He's a ginormous coon.
But I am very disappointed in how Tim carries shit. Very disappointed.
Me too.
I'm just gonna say that, yo. The fact that it's cool. Just you have a different level of energy for people that look like you, and I don't know.
Oh, like it is.
Oh
YSL.
yeah. Oh yeah. Radio Raccoon. I forgot about my boy. Yeah. Radio Raccoon here with a guy who fucking hates my guts, Teofimo Lopez.
No, hey, bro, I do call it like I said, right? But it's certain things. I feel like certain things should be said behind closed doors.
Okay. I respect that.
And I don't want people that got no business commenting on something like that. You know what I'm saying? If you're not a part of that community, I don't think you can speak on it. So then you'll have a bunch of people chiming in that, oh, why is he this or why is he that? Nah, like when I feel a way, I'll say it to them to where as though it's just us. You know what I'm saying, you know why I'm saying it.
Right.
But I'm definitely disappointed in how Tim carries shit. And I've been disappointed in showbiz that other cultures don't let shit slide. Like, you say something about the Jews, it's up. You say something about LGBTQ, it's up. But with us, we got to be super understanding. Nah, man.
Right.
Nah.
Right. Shit, if you say something about white people, that they made Devin Haney apologize for that statement.
Bro.
They was going to act like they was going to strip him.
It was like, no, I said liquor. What do you mean? It's liquor. So where's the liquor at?
Bro, he talking about, you know, I know boxing is, black entertainment. I said, what, boxing BET now? The fuck is we even talking about? What are you saying, bro? Like, Teal's an idiot, bro. I swear. He's so dumb. Like, not, like, educated at all. Like, I can tell his dad used to take him out of school early every day and just put that nigga in the gym. Like, he had somebody doing his homework, bro, for sure.
He lacks motion and just mad that everybody got it but him.
Mm-hmm. So he want to come at everybody because they they got what he want. Yeah, so we going the Mount Rushmore of this shit is Showbiz, Raccoon, and we need one more. Who was the other one I was missing? Stephen A.
Yeah,
Stephen
Stephen
A's
A.
pretty bad.
He's a huge fucking coon.
Yo, I saw him. I saw Showbiz and the boy Two Tone the Superstar. They were on I think they were on Mill City Boxing with Ryan's mom, and they were tap dancing. And a part of me just felt embarrassed. Not even mad at them, but just embarrassed. I'm gonna get slightly serious, and then I just want to go back to boxing. But
Right. Good.
I take everything I do seriously. Every time I go outside, every time I handle business, every time I do anything, somebody died for me to be here, right? 50 years ago, 60 years ago, people that look like me, people that look like you didn't have certain opportunities. And
I say that a lot too.
my ancestors, grandparents, family fought hard for me to be in the position where I can own my own platform. And I owe them. I owe every black person that's ever been discriminated against. I owe if you've been whipped, if you've been spit on, if you've been beaten, branded, castrated. I owe. And my life is not my own. It is, but it's not. I am the culmination of hundreds and thousands of people's dreams that died without seeing justice. And I'll be damned if I disrespect them by allowing the disrespect. And I feel like they've forgotten that. They've forgotten what we went through to get here, or what they went through to get here. They just thinking about themselves and, getting an extra sub or getting an opportunity. I don't know, man. It's disheartening to watch them, especially when the same people that you giving grace won't give you an inch of that, won't give you a centimeter of that. It's embarrassing. That's it.
Absolutely. Yeah, we see eye to eye when it comes to that. I guess we just approach it in different ways. I just like to clown motherfuckers, bro. But I see why you got a serious approach on it, because in all honesty, it is serious. You know what I'm saying? Especially as I started to really tap in with my ancestors and stuff like that, and seeing where they came from, and not too long ago, bro, they was enslaved in Puerto Rico, bro, working on sugarcane plantations and shit like that. Learning about that, I always knew where I came from. My dad always told me where we, originated from. But really, getting an understanding of where I'm from and who my people were. Yeah, bro. You of course, I'm mixed with other things. As being Puerto Rican, we a combination of a few different things, but that my African side means a whole lot to me because they endured a whole lot. So when I see people out here just freely using the word, I heard Ryan Garcia using the word just out publicly, bro, and I'm seeing fans of his that are black defending him. And I'm like, the fuck is that about? Then Ryan Garcia literally out here yeah, I say the word, because when y'all see me, y'all not gonna do anything anyway. I was like, word. He was literally on that Spaces on Twitter talking about, ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me. I don't need no security.
Bro, he said he don't need no security, but he got security. Feel me?
I mean, Ryan is just a microcosm of this country. We just seen a lady go up to a 5-year-old little Somalian boy and call him a nigger. And then when the man told her, "Hey, you gonna say it on video?" She said, "Yeah, you a nigger, and f you, nigger, 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 nigger." And
Oh
then
yeah, yeah,
people made a GoFundMe for her. She got over $100,000.
Mhm.
So people
yeah.
don't care anymore. People are blamed with it, and you see who your president is. He removed the Tuskegee Airmen from the Smithsonian Museum. He's done other things. He's removing DEI. He's removing women, black female generals, and he
Yo,
don't
but
give a fuck. He'll tell you dead to your face. And now he's bringing in white South Africans while he's kicking out black and brown people.
yo,
Hey,
but
man.
It's
here's the thing, right?
blatant and direct to your face.
Here's the thing. They can say whatever they want, right? They can say what they want because they'll hide behind, the law and like Ryan, oh, y'all won't do nothing to me. Ryan got security, bro. I remember when Caleb Plant approached you. You had like 2 or 3 security guards. Like it's easy to talk like that when you're protected.
Right.
But what we can start doing is affecting these people financially.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's what hurts. Like you want to disrespect us? I like, you fighting Rolly. Oh, we streaming that. And I understand Turkey, you trying to put on a good card, but next time don't put racist fucks on the card. Give us a card we want to see, and we don't want to see them. That's why I really don't want Boots to fight Tio.
Mm.
You don't got no buzz. So essentially, we would be rewarding you. Like Boots can fuck you up in person. Crawford can fuck you up in person. Why do I need to sign a contract to do that? Oh man, we got to get our lick back. No, getting our lick back is costing this dude millions of dollars. That's getting our lick back. Punching him is temporary. If I cost you $2 million, you gonna feel that shit a lot longer.
Mm.
And going into a fight, that's a partnership. Me smacking the shit out you, that's not. When you sign a contract, you are agreeing that you are in a partnership with this person to put on this event, and you all have to do your part. I'm not getting into partnerships with motherfuckers that don't respect me. So fuck him.
Hey man, that's a great fucking point, bro. And that's why I was saying in previous lives that I'm pretty conflicted about, Tiafimo actually getting opportunities and Ryan actually getting opportunities because especially with Ryan Garcia's situation, like, you know, failed a drug test, went on a racist rant, and he's granted a fucking main event for millions of dollars. I felt the way about that. I didn't pay for the fight. Fucking now, Teofimo Lopez is getting lined up. They room. I seen people talking about Devin Haney or Jerron Ennis or whatever the situation is. I want to see, and the reason why I was conflicted was because I don't want to see this man get compensated, especially off of fighting a black fighter. People that the people that he's been purposely targeting racially. Um, I, but at the same time, I want somebody to beat the shit out of him. And just listening to your perspective, bro. Fuck it, bro. Like I think that it would hurt Tio a lot more financially. That's what I would rather see. That's the punishment that I want to see him receive. And shit, I would love to see somebody punch him in his mouth outside of the
I
ring.
mean,
Somebody done already knocked his daddy out and he ain't do nothing about it. So we know he ain't cut like that.
I
Crawford done
mean,
put his arm
honestly,
around him.
honestly, the problem is Turkey out of goddamn Sheik for giving Ryan Garcia this opportunity. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I think Ryan was broke. I think Ryan was broke. I think going through that lawsuit until the Devin Haney thing got settled. I think him going through his divorce, his wife was taking all his goddamn money from the divorce. She made him sell his house in Miami and his boat down there. Yeah, and I think his purse got froze, and he said he didn't get paid from Oscar for the fight. So Turkey really helped him out with this by giving him this purse, this $20 million payday.
Mm.
And he didn't have to do that.
I don't be believing those turkey numbers either.
Yeah, I was about to
I
say
do.
that 20
I
mil
do.
true.
I do.
I asked Rolly and he said that shit was cap, but I doubt Rolly will ever tell me how much he getting paid anyway.
The I've seen you can look it up directly on the Saudi government website. They Riyadh season is under the Saudi social development sector, and they got a $60 billion budget, and they allocate that to 30 different departments, and Riyadh season is one of them. So I definitely believe it that they paid Ryan Garcia $20 million to fight in Times Square.
Damn. You said 60 billion?
Yeah.
Yeah, but how much is allocated to just Riyadh season? Because
I mean, I don't know. It doesn't
it
give a
doesn't
specific number.
specify.
It just
I got you.
But
no,
if he
it
said
just
that,
what
it's
it
broken
does
down
what
to
the budget. All it did was lay out Riyadh season's mandate, which is to make themselves the biggest entertainment platform in the Middle East. But it doesn't say the specific number allocated to each department.
Yo, I
I guess
tried to.
I would get what I would guess is maybe they just all pull from it at different times. Maybe they all make allocation requests.
Yeah, but yo, something like this. I know a lot of the rumored purses. When you actually talk to people in real time, you be like, oh, such gonna get 8 million. And you be like, yo, was they really gonna give you 8? I'm like, no, that shit was like 2.4, 2.5, 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I do believe he's paying more than normal, but I don't think that everybody's getting these outlandish numbers.
Hmm.
I
hope
mean, I don't know. I'm
I
not getting
hope
paid
that
no money.
Ryan Garcia. Yeah, I hope that Ryan Garcia didn't get a dub though. I hope he did.
Marlon
I
says
think that's. I mean, I could believe it because Oscar was happy as hell. He was laughing the entire time.
because he getting that percentage out there, motherfucker, ain't he?
Absolutely.
Yeah, 20 ball.
You're getting that 10%.
Nah, that should be well, depending on who you are, but normally that shit is like a dub.
He getting 20% of what Ryan make. Sheesh.
Damn.
Yeah.
No wonder why
Yeah, but you said like 20% of 20 million. That's a nice ticket, yo.
God damn. 20% of 20. What's that? 4 million?
4 million.
God damn. My boy Marlon said you a disgrace of a son to watch your dad get beat on. That's a fact. That's a fact, bro. Like that's how you know you ain't cut like that. You watch your dad get knocked out, you just sit there and watch it, and you a fighter.
Hey, like father, like son. He want to get knocked out himself.
Yo,
He know his daddy got a weak chin.
his
He
dad,
probably the same.
his dad was probably popping that shit because he felt like his son would defend him. His dumb ass cooked. Damn.
Like, yo, bro, why you let him hit me like that?
You beat Lomachenko. Why you let them beat on me like that?
That's terrible.
That's a bad job. But all right, y'all, we gonna wrap up this live, man. Jamil, you got any last words, brother?
Anybody that thinks that Tio has a chance against Jerron Ennis is an idiot. I'm just gonna put it like that.
I appreciate that, Mil.
I just got.
Appreciate you. Hey, Marky Dan, you got any last words, brother?
Salute to Mazuma, YSM. I just posted the link to the new channel I got. I just did my second vid. It's a political show. So tune in if you got any opinions on the orange man in the White House. And most of all, Fuck Tim Bradley, Sir Coonery himself. Fuck Teofimo Lopez and Ryan Garcia. I hope they both crash and burn. I hope Devin Haney comes back and whoops both of them. That's all. Go ahead, Mazuma.
All right, y'all. Shout out to the nation and the mob. I appreciate YSM and Marky Dead coming on. And I'm backing they play 1,000%. Both of their understatements, I back 1,000% actually. So I appreciate y'all coming on, y'all. I'll be back at y'all with another live 10:30 Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Until then, y'all have a blessed, beautiful night. I'm up out of here, man. Peace.
Cheers.